So let's look at what we have. Let's see, let's grab my chair here. Okay. Let's get down in here and unhook the air conditioning, and then we've got this. So we've got yeah. We can unhook the air conditioning, but that went down. Yeah, it would. So we unhook the air conditioning and then unscrew this guy here. Okay, so make sure that we got all the pieces ready to come down at once. All right. Yep, that's that charger, and so we can take this bolt out there and pull that off. And disconnect the motor mount. And it looks like, oh, then we need to, okay, so let's first take the bolts out that we need to take out, and then we'll start unhooking things. Let's put this screw back in here where it was. And put these nuts back on. And get our extension. Did I put it in my toolbox? I did. Pretty sure that's not a 10, but a 13, so. try this again. And this guy, and this guy, and nice extension. If I can't get at it from way up here, I will attempt to come in from the bottom, although it doesn't look like there's very easy access. Anything to bang and cut up your knuckles and be just sitting right there. Nothing, no reason to have it be anywhere else. Come on. Come on. Oh my gosh, really? Nobody likes doing this job. And my apologies, I can't get a camera up in there the way I need to, so I'm gonna have to come in here. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. There's just no way to get at that from here without reaching up and around. So let's first try the short one, try the long one, and then we'll try the short one. All right. There is just no easy access to this guy, not even through here. These are not made like the Pontiacs, which make all access really easy. But then these vehicles are so big that one of the reasons that mechanics don't like working on them it's because everything is so tight. All of every aspect of working on these cars, these great big cars, is a challenge. before I roll under there. Put a reinforcement under here. Certainly don't want to have to use this or have to need this, but if anything happened, anything at all, we want to make sure that there's an opportunity for secondary assistance. Okay. Okay, so that is a 10, it's not a 13. Well, it's a 10 or 11. Oh boy. Back up here. Okay. Just no, that's definitely not a 10. That is a 13, and I reached for the wrong one. So let's do it again. Let's do it again. and 11 and 13. Okay. So I thought it was a 13 at first, and then thought it was a 10 or 11 because I reached onto the wrong bolt. But now I know it's a 13, which it was a 13 all along. So and let's snap that on there. Again, apologies for the terrible view because this is the bolt holding the air conditioning intake, and that is definitely supposed to go that direction. Oh, there we go. I just cannot get you a view in there. Okay. Well, we got that bolt out. While we're down here, let's see if anything else needs to be disconnected here. No. That connects to okay. Just can't even buy something that's not cheap. Alright, so now with that hose disconnected, okay, popped right off. Okay. All right. So let's take this motor mount off, which looks like a 15. And Okay, so we loosened up that motor mount bolt. Take it out and hopefully be able to just slide this motor mount bracket off. And it doesn't slide off, so let me loosen this guy. There, now it's loosened a little. Maybe it will move. Now, there it does. There. Let's see. Yeah, that should be fine. It's time to lower the engine. All right, so we got the motor mount bracket off. Leave that bolt in there. And now let's take the fuel intake off and the heater hoses. Let's disconnect those. Now when I disconnect those heater hoses, and water's gonna come, or coolant that's gonna come flowing out of there. So let's get our fluid catcher in here. Oh no, before I do that, I'm gonna put this bolt back in there. Ouch. Put that bolt back in there so it doesn't get lost in the shuffle. All right, now let's slide this back. Slide this under. Now, the tricky thing about these heater hoses is they come off. I mean, they'll come off pretty easily, but you got to know how to squeeze them together and how to squeeze the tab together and pull it off. And there's another tricky part that is down in here, which is the steering column, disconnecting the steering column from the transmission, or from the rack and pinion transmission, from the rack and pinion. That steering column is, or that connector on that steering column is a real challenge to get on. It's fairly easy to get off. You crawl. I'll slide under the car, lift up the boot. There's a boot on it, which I'll show you when we get down that deep. But there's a boot on on the steering column and a small 10mm bolt. You loosen that bolt, and then now the steering column doesn't just come off on its own. It, I mean, it can. You can get in there and shake it and move it around and pull it off. But it will pop off if you just lower the engine. So when you're lowering the engine, the steering column will pop loose. Once you loosen that bolt. I don't know what happens if you don't loosen the bolt. And it may break something. It may come off, but it may break something. Then getting it back on, which you'll see in a later video, getting it back on is sort of a challenge. You'll have to line it up. You got to line up the steering wheel. There's just a pretty good sized challenge getting that thing back on. And once it's on, then you lift the engine. You put it on while the engine is partially lifted, and then you continue to lift the engine into place, and that steering column will snap into place, and you can then tighten the bolt. Or at least that's the way I found to do it. So let's go ahead and this would be a lot easier if I just take this cover off of the thing which shall not be named at this point, apparently, according to my brain. All right. Okay, let me see here. You should get in there. That's too big. This is the T125. Now that we've got not a clear view of what's going on in here. We've got the, this is the air conditioning connector. That's going to just remain connected. That's air conditioning intake. The coming out of the compressor going into the dryer. This down here is the fuel intake, and then this is I actually don't know what that is called, but it is part of the fuel system, which must be disconnected. How are we doing on time?
We still have 15 minutes.
Okay, good. All right, so let's get the fuel intake connector remover. Wow. In there. And it's right there. I believe it is the red one. So this fuel intake connector remover slides into the front of the fuel intake and pops it off. Pushes in some teeth. There's some teeth inside this. There's teeth inside this end right here. Let me get the clamp off. There's a clamp here that I should be able to remove with my hand, but all right, so there's that clamp, which I'll leave right there. And then right inside this, this thing won't come off. I pull on it, it won't come off. So there's some teeth inside here. You need to push this little thing inside to take the teeth off. So, but before I do that, let me get a towel to catch the gasoline that comes squirting out of there. Down onto the engine. And get another towel to wrap around this thing to make this more of a controlled removal. So you take the clamp, or you take this thing and put it right on the, and then you slide it in. Just get a good hold on it. You slide it in. Now it's in, and I can pull this off, but before I do that, I'm going to wrap this around. Yeah, come on. I think I need a little more leverage. Up on my handy dandy leverage maker here. Wrap this around the bottom. Pull it on. Pull that off. Come on. This has never been this difficult. It's always been easy to pull this thing right off. Okay. I thought it was the red one. All right. I'm try to, I'll just bring them all. Just bring them all. Try the gold one, although I'm always pretty sure it was the red one. Okay. Let's plug that in. There we go. It was the gold one. As you can see, maybe can see, there's gas dripping out of here, and need to catch it. All the gasoline that is was still sitting in the fuel rail, which when the car is started again, when you go to start your car, you turn it on, you hear the fuel pump pumping. The longer, anyway, it's pumping gas into the fuel rail, and all the gas that was pumped into the fuel rail is now being released. So let's go here, unplug this guy, and disconnect this guy so that this whole piece, not including this guy, which needs to unplug, this piece here, yeah, oh yeah, sure, hook onto something for no reason. This piece right here needs to stay with the car. So these two pieces here need to stay with the car while the engine is pulled down. And the water heater hoses, or the heater hoses. Which again are a little bit tricky because you kind of need two hands. You can only get one hand in there comfortably, but you really need two hands to get it off. All right, now let's take this one, lift it off. So that was one hand, plus a little gasoline. Make your fingers nice and slippery. God! Come on off of there. Come on. There we go. I felt it unclamp. There we go. Okay. So the fuel system is disconnected. The heater is disconnected. The air conditioner is disconnected. The only other fuels there is the power steering fluid, and the transmission fluid. And transmission is connected to the engine, and it's all coming out. So since the transmission is coming out with the engine, there's nothing to disconnect there. But we do need to disconnect the shifter. All right, so the best way to disconnect the shifter, I tell you, it was kind of a bear to get. It's kind of a bear to get the shifter in, so, but must be done. So I take this little clamp off, or pull it up, and then the shifter can pull off. Okay, I need to move the shifter back. Come on, shifter guy. Let's pop off of here. Hey, can I get you to move that shifter back?
So what part?
From pull it back to L, one click at a time. Okay, no, look, let's put it back in park. Okay, thank you. Let's see if pulling this up will loosen this thing up any. Let's get that up out of there, but don't bang up my fingers, just gas them up. What happened to it? Fly in there? No. Oh, there it is right there. Nice. There's that. Hey, can I get you to pull that back again? Pull it back one notch and then okay, pull it back again. There we go. That's what we need. All right, cool. It's disconnected. Oh. Okay, that's good, thank you. Okay. And then this boot down here, which I can get at it from the bottom, which I will. We will do that after the break. I will I'll come out, I'll take the steering cover, the steering boot off, loosen that screw or loosen that bolt, and get ready to dismount the engine, which is held in by a mere 4 bolts. All right, let's take this exhaust off. So the first thing we do is disconnect the exhaust from the tailpipe, where the muffler connects. The exhaust connects in 3 parts. Or the exhaust itself has 3 parts. First part is where the exhaust connects to the exhaust manifold. Where the exhaust pipe connects to the exhaust manifold, that has 1 piece. Then that piece that connects between the exhaust manifold and the tailpipe, which goes to the muffler, that's the second piece, and then there's the muffler piece. So the muffler will stay on the car while we disconnect the tailpipe. If that doesn't work, we will go with and that doesn't work. So we will go with the power. We'll use power. Power, power, power. Power, power, power. Yep. And it wants to go in because I have it going in. Am I running low on juice? No? that is not coming off. Okay, I need something else. I need the big impact wrench and a sizer, a thing to size it down to 3/4 sockets. These bolts are, they're just, I mean, I guess they're on, I put them on so tight. I guess they're on here so tight that they just take a bigger impact wrench to get them off. Thank you. All right, so that there. Didn't want to get in your way, but there we go. All right, let's get this on there nice and tight. And I'm sorry that this is all in the way. All in the way here. Yes. So I'm tightening it. There. There we go. There's all our washers. And, ooh, that's warm. Keep our washers together and our bolts. And we've got a washer on this side as well. Got it. Ooh, that bolt is warm. It's almost like a two-person job, but I did not do this with Well, okay, I need something else. I need the deep 14-inch socket. Mm. 14 millimeter, that is. Thank you. Okay. Wait a minute. So this is not a 14. This is a. So one's a 14 and one's a 15. Got it. It's a no. No, I'm saying the 14 is the bolt is a 14. Right. Okay. Well, I'm glad I didn't send these 15s back. Okay, just leave that here. Put 14s on this thing. I mean, 15s and 14s on it. Not really. I don't know. Let's see, can that come off with the fingers yet? It can. All right. All right, now slide up under here. Let that drop as much as it needs to. Okay, there was nothing to turn here. This was just welded on. I wish they'd welded the other one on. But let's put that back on there. And let's put this back in with all of these 72 washers. There's one and 72. And then we will put the nut on there, which really should be a 15, but okay, got all the nuts and washers and whatnot off the ground. We'll take all our tools out from under here. Get ready to move them round to the front so we can disconnect. Oh, yes, there is this guy. You can't see it from that side, but there's a hanger, a rubber hanger that needs to, that needs to disconnect, which there, it's disconnected, and I don't want that to bend so much, so I'm going to put it back on. I'm just going to put it back on slightly. There. And let's get the rest of these tools out from under here. Make our way around to the front where we can disconnect the middle exhaust from the exhaust. Wait a minute. Oh, there it is right there. All right, we'll just make our way around here. Move all our tools over. Well, I know I brought a whole gang of sockets over here, so they're rolling along with my yes. Even brought a screwdriver just in case. No reason for that. No reason for any of this. Grease balls and get on out of the way. No reason. Just hard to slide, that's all. No good reason for it. I bet these are 15s. That's a 15, and no, it's not a 15. Too loose. Okay, GM. What'd you do? Well, that's a 15. Okay, so is that a 14? It is. That's a 14, but it should be a 13. All right, GM. You got 13s here, and you got 14 and a 15 over there. And cheap crap from Sam's Club won't roll. Okay, so 13. And a 13 long, just for good measure. And that right in the way. And pants sliding down. Okay. Okay. Let's put that there. Yes, there we go. I'm insisting. There, 13, that's good. Okay, we'll just use the long one. We'll see if the small, see if this guy will come off without having Yeah. All right, cheap crap. Yep. Yep. Put that down. Slide back on cheap crap. There we go. And this is the 13. Nope, that's the 14 for no reason. This is the 13. Yes. And turn that around. And turn that around. And stick this up in there. What? Why? Why? Why are you stopping? Put it up to 3. Are you coming out or are you going in? No, you're going in. Let's come out. Come out. Come out of there. There we go. Ooh. All right. See how hot these bolts are. Not very. Okay, that's good. It's a good thing. Okay. And let's see. That exhaust pipe is plugged in right there. Let's see, how do you come off? How do you come off? All right. It's how do you unplug? Come on. Come on. Come on off of there. Unplug from there. What are you doing? Ah, there we go. Okay. Fine. Looks good. Looks good. Now, all right, so you're not coming off of there unless let's unhook that. And then you need this guy unhooked. All right. So do you need to turn a camera around or anything? Because I'm going to unhook this. Ah!
No, you can see it.
You can even see the front manifold here?
Oh, no. Okay, you're about to do the manifold thing. But yeah, I wouldn't.
So I removed the rear, the one side, but now I'm about to move the other side. Come on. Come on, you. All right, these two are right next to each other, so I can just unplug that. Unplug that. Plug that. So we got that. And I will come from there. I can whip. Let's see here. Yeah. And there. All right.
No,
All right.
Yep.
We're good to go. All right. Now, come on off of there. Yeah. Yeah. And you too. Not in my eyes. This could really use some PV blaster. Not really, but it could. Okay. And that is connected up to something up here. So that when I pull that down, I don't want to break anything. So let's see. What are you connected to? Okay, you're connected way up there to this guy. What is that? Satisfying pop. Okay. And let's put these back on. Put these back on here. While I'm down here, go ahead and get some blaster. Last time I put blaster on these guys, on any of these bolts, it just stayed, which was nice. Or whenever I put blaster on any of these bolts, they just stay. It just stays, which is very nice. All right, you stay over there. And probably should put some blaster on these wheels. All right, top's on. You go over there and just be in the way when I get done. I'm trying to roll out. Oh yeah, boy, that slides right on there. Oh yes, indeed. Where's my, okay, there it is. Go ahead and just get on there good. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, all right, let me see. Should I take this off to get these, to get this thing out of here, or should I? That would make it a little easier. If I take this off, it would make it a little easier to slide that out of there. Maybe. Maybe it's just a formality. Well, don't really want to get any rust in my eye like I just did. All right. Okay, let's go back under there and take a couple of bolts off to free up the I think these are 17s. There should be, I should have a 17 down there. Got every size GM uses. Yep, it's definitely not a 17. So, let's see. That's a 13, and that's a 15. Okay, no, that's not a 15. That is a 14. Okay, 15's are way over here, where they belong. No. Yes. And yes. All right. Mm. And then put it on there. Does that give us enough room or no? Okay. Come on. Do we have enough room now? Or no? Nope. No, we don't. So let's go ahead and loosen these up. Ooh, look how long that is. Ooh, these are very long. Should loosen those up. Left these where they were. Yeah. Let's put those back. Let's not. Let's leave it like that. And let's move aside. Yeah, see that right there? There's just a jagged piece of metal just sticking out there waiting for my hand. Ouch. Ah, come on. You can come out of here. Let's do it. Let's come on out. Ah. All right. Yep, and I'm just going to drop you down so that you can drop all that rust that you keep wanting to put in my eyes. Okay. So now we have the exhaust off. And all right, so we'll call this done. We've got the exhaust completely off the car. And when we come back from the break, we will continue by disconnecting our engine mounts on the bottom. So before we put the cart under the cradle and take the bolts out of the cradle and lower the engine, I want to get the want to remove the bolts for on the power steering cooler. Power steering cooler goes across the front here, and those are connected to the engine with the cradle. So I'm going to reach in here and loosen these scoop bolts up. That is a 14. That is a 15. That was pretty loud, so I'm gonna put my ear protection on. All right. Let's come on out of there. Now, for the other side. Okay, got all of those off. Let's go ahead and put the larger socket on and take these big bolts out, and that's when the engine's going to start to drop onto the table. Those are larger than 19s, but let's see. Must be in my toolbox. 22, 21. Let's see which one it is. It is a 21. let's do it. Ooh. All right, that's one. It's not all the way out, but it is. It's out enough to start lowering the engine. So we're going to take the other back ones out. All right, we're gonna have to do this again, but I'm loosening these bolts up little by little. So that the engine can come to a rest on this table. You can see the engine is loosening up there, coming to a rest on the table. And this will be the last one. Go ahead and take this one out. Okay, when I take these other two bolts completely out, the engine will be disconnected from the cradle. I mean, the cradle will be disconnected from the frame, and I should be able to start lowering it out of the engine. Now, if I can't, it just means that something else is connected here. So I'm going to take these last two bolts out. Should I turn the camera?
Yeah.
How's that? That's good?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see if I can pull that off. If I can unscrew that without the wrench. All right. Oh. Well, time to start lowering this engine. Let's go, engine. Let's move this bracket out of the way. Okay, well, I'm just going to pump it back up a little bit. Move this bracket over. There, he's out of the way. Come on down, engine. All right. Now, with the engine sitting on the as you can see, it's coming off. It's coming down out of the car. And as it sits on the table, I'm going to put a couple of these jack stands under the engine so I can get under there and take the unhook the steering column. Okay. Well, if we're already close to break time, so then as you can see, the engine's already disconnected and coming down out of the vehicle. And you confirm that by looking at the gaps here. As the engine's starting to come down. There's a great big gap right there. Okay. Okay. Well. So when we come back, I'm going to have some jack stands under here. We'll start up with the jack stands under there, and then I will unhook the steering column, which should release the engine out of the car completely. All right, so let's go ahead and disconnect the steering column and the shifter. All right, so for the shifter, it looks like we need a 13. And I need my tool, which I thought was right here. Here we go. Okay. There we go. And 13. So I'm going to disconnect this shifter real quick. Oh, I need longer extension. And need something that's going to twist and bend a little bit. I don't have to have that. Again, you know, if you don't have these tools, it's not the end of the world. If you don't have this set of tools, it's not the end of the world where you have a universal bender in here. How is that? Is that blurry?
What, the tool?
Yeah, that I'm looking at through the...
No.
Okay, because it's blurry to my eyes. Okay. All right. So if you don't have these, if you don't necessarily have these tools, you can use, you don't have to use universal tools, obviously. Or at least obvious to me. But if it's not obvious to you, you don't really have to do that. I just do that to make things a little bit easier. Okay. All right, now we got that shifter disconnected. I'll reach down in here and pull the boot off the steering column. Oh. 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 All right, let me get a screwdriver to hold the boot up while I get to the steering column. This old screwdriver is just my favorite. This old Craftsman I've had for many years. I use it every possible chance I can. Okay. Just gonna use that to prop this up. Prop this boot up. Stick the screwdriver in here. And in there and down a little bit. And then there's a bolt right there. And I think that is a 10. Let's try this frustrating tool one time. I don't recommend this one, but you know, for needing some reach, I'll use it. I'll try it. If it won't take that bolt off or loosen that bolt, it just needs to be loosened. Let's put some battery on this. No, that must be a 13, and I need a 10. It is a 13. I need a 10. Okay. I thought it was a 10, and it must be an 11. Yep. It's all GM'd on there, of course. Wait, before I do that, I need to make sure that steering wheel is locked in place. And since there's no real way to lock it in place, I'm just going to use something to mark it. Use this paint marker. This paint marker right here I'm going to use to put some out of the way marks on this thing. Sit down in the car. Okay. Going head on. Okay, looking good. And we can just wash this off later. All right, now let's take that mold out or loosen it. There we go. Well, loosening is not really what happened there, but it did come off. It more than loosened it. All right, now that we've got that loosened up, we can go ahead and lower the engine. Sit down in here and watch that steering column. Okay, well, the engine is coming out just fine, but that steering column is not letting loose. Okay, it's not letting go. Okay, let's get down in there again. It's just holding on by the steering column. And so, I'm going to try to reach down in there. Here we go. Loosen it up again more. Maybe it just wants to be really loose. Okay. No, still not coming loose. All right, let me see if I can pry it up with another screwdriver. Here's my, oh. Okay. 10% battery. All right, gotta work fast. Let's reach in here, pry that booger loose. One thing at a time, one thing at a time. Oh. Okay, come on. Okay. Need two hands. Gotta get two hands in there. Oh, come on. Oh, crap. Of course, chair sliding backwards. All right, now with that propped up, can spread this guy here just a bit. Come on, spread her out. Okay. Come on. Spread out. Open up for me. Let's see if lowering it the bit will break it loose. And it's not. It isn't. All right. I mean, that's got to come. It's got to come loose somehow. Got to come loose. Can't be that just having that screw in there at all is making it, giving it a problem. Come on. Let go. There it is. Now it's letting go. Ah, come on. Come on. A little more. A little more. Thank you, screwdriver, for holding fast. All right, let me see if I can grab a pry bar. Get that up out of there. Is a pry bar I need? That might be too short. Let me see if that will do it. Just need to pry up on this a little bit more. No. Shoot. What do we need? What do we need? What do you need? Something to reach under there, reach in there and pry it up. Oh, I'll take all three. In fact, I'll take all four. I'm going to use this first. There it is. Popped it off. Now let's take a look in there while we lower the engine. Okay. So we've got the engine lowered onto those jack stands, and it's just balanced on there, just to have something to hook it onto while we were lowering the engine, and we can make sure that everything is clear. All the wheel stuff is clear. Brakes are clear. Oh boy. Oh. Come on. Come on. Okay, come on. Okay. Everything's clear. The engine's coming down. Nothing seems to be connected anywhere. All right, so let me jack it up some and take these jack stands out. Okay. Let's lower her down. Let's go. All right. Okay. Needs to be shifted to the side just a bit. Holding on by this motor mount. It's just sticking out here on the side. So let's Let's jack it up some. Okay, I'm gonna try. Try lifting it up a bit. And lower it down. How are we doing on time?
We are only 25 minutes in.
Oh, good. Okay. But I'm about to lose my battery here on the headgear. Oh, why are you doing that? Okay, well, what's in the way here is the motor mount. This side motor mount. So I'm guessing I got to take that motor mount off. I'm gonna need to take it off anyway. So let me jack this back up in there. Get ready to get that motor mount off. If there was a little bit more space in here, I could get this out of here with this motor mount still in place, but this guy here is just in the way. So let me take this. Take this hose off. Just had my screwdriver right there. There it is. Take this hose off. Loosen that screw well. Boy, no room. There we go. Oh. So the screw is coming off before the hose clamp is loosened. The hose screw is coming out before the hose clamp is loosened. So, all right. Now, with that hose clamp completely loosened, we can pull this hose off. And we have these two bolts here that look like 15s, which we can snatch off of there real quick. Not 17s or 15s. Oh my gosh. Here we go. And come on. There. Right here, just sit right there. While I pull these off, pull these out. Put that up there. Put this up here. And grab that motor mount piece. Stick it up there. Now we should be clear sailing to bring the engine down. The engine has been removed, and it is sitting on these two jack stands. So let me move that out of the way. No need to have them anymore in case the engine falls. And I can bring the engine down. Okay. As you can see here, we got the engine completely removed. Now, to take it completely out of the car, you either jack up the car or, which is what I intend to do, is take the whole front bumper off and this whole assembly and pull the engine right out of the front. So that's going to do it for the engine removal.